This is the Beyond the Box dumbbell workout. Before getting into the workout, check out our Instagram post for the warm-up. Want to make sure you're getting yourself ready for the workout by increasing your heart rate, increasing your body temperature, and maybe you're starting to sweat a little bit before you get into it. For the strength portion today, we're going to be working on the Turkish Get Up. This is going to be done as 7 sets of 2 repetitions per side. Try and add weight and get to something that's fairly heavy but manageable for you to move through. The Turkish Get Up starts on the floor and we are maintaining an outstretched hand and we're moving through some shoulder mobility as we move from a position laying on our back, full stand, and then back down to the ground. So if I'm on the ground here, starting, so let's talk about how to pick it up. You can just muscle it up like I just did, or reach over, grab, pull it all over, get it out in front of you, and then press up from here. I'm going to have the same arm and same leg up. I'm going to use this leg, and I'm going to keep this foot planted the entire time to push myself and roll myself over to my opposite elbow. Notice that my arm is staying outright and stretched the whole time. Get to my elbow, from my elbow to my forearm. Then I want to extend that arm, get to my hand. And meanwhile, I'm looking up at my hand the entire time, trying to maintain a straight position. I'm going to bridge. Bring my hip up in the air, bring that front foot back around behind me into a kneeling position. From here, I'm going to get more into an upright position or kind of stand up, and then stand up from here using that front leg. When I go back down, reverse off, do everything the reverse. So reverse lunge, take a step back, hip back. I'm going to push my hip back and rotate through the shoulder as I bring my other hand back down to the floor. So here I'm in a stacked position. I'm going to bring the back foot out in front of me, bringing my hip back down to the floor, from my hand to my forearm and elbow. From my elbow, I'm leaning and rolling back onto my back. And then I can bring that arm down. So try and get 2 reps per side. What that's going to look like if I do this arm, do the opposite side, and you can kind of see how I get onto this side here. I'm going to roll over a push to my elbow, forearm, hand, hip up, bring that front foot out behind me, come to a kneeling position, step up out of that, reverse lunge, hip back, rotate the shoulder, plant the hand, bringing that back foot out in front from my hand to my elbow, and then onto my back again. So you're going to do those Turkish Get Ups, 7 sets, 2 repetitions per side, build to a heavy weight that's manageable. I want to make sure we keep that arm straight. Try not to bend the elbow. If you're using a weight that is causing you to bend the elbow and compromise your quality movement, go a little bit lighter and find that threshold where it's heavy, but just heavy enough that you can maintain good control. Following that, we're going to get into our Metcon. We have a Amrap. This is going to be done as intervals. So we have 4 4-minute Amraps with a 2-minute rest period in between. So you're going to set up your timers for 4 minutes, 4 sets of 4 minutes work with 2 minutes rest. In that 4 minutes, you're going to do as many rounds as you can of a jumping air squat. So 20 jumping air squats, 15 push-ups, and then if you have the tape and you have them, we can work on, we can do 20-foot handstand walks. And if we don't quite have handstand walks, we can do wall walks instead. So 4-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as you can of 20 jumping air squats, 15 push-ups, and a 20-foot handstand walk or 3 wall walks. Doing that as many times as you can until the rest period happens. At the end of that 4 minutes, you'll rest for 2 minutes before going into the next 4-minute AMRAP, doing the same thing. Your score is the total reps you complete across all 4 4-minute intervals. So let's take a look at the workout. So for those movements, the 20 jumping air squats, it's just like a regular air squat. Go all the way down, knees are tracking over the toes, try and get full depth, hip below the knees. And as you stand up, you're going to pop or explode or out of the hips or push your feet through the floor and get enough extension to where enough of a jump to where you can get fully extended and your feet are clear of the floor. So a couple reps of this. As I land, I'm going down into my next squat. So I'm just landing and sitting down. So once I do 20 reps there, as you get deeper into those later rounds, as you get tired, you'll probably end up taking a little bit of rest, or you'll just burn through those. Once you're done that, go into your 15 push-ups. I like to make sure that my elbows are down at my sides a little bit, but not too close. So not too close, not too wide, somewhere in between. I find the 45-degree angle here works really well. Hold a good plank position, holding a good brace, going down to the floor and press back up. If you have like a mat or a pad you want to use, you can use that as a target. Just want to make sure you at least get your chest below your elbows. If you need to, you can go to your knees. If you want a bit of a more challenging workout, you can have your hands on the dumbbells and you can do a deficit. Want to make sure that you maintain a good tight midline for that brace while holding that plank. Once you're done your push-ups, going to move into either handstand walks or wall walk. So if you have a handstand walk, you're able to get up onto your hands. You're able to get a big kick up. So be able to do a scissor kick is one of them. So if you can do that scissor kick, then you're probably able to make some locomotion. So if you need to, you can take little steps. So if you can get upside down, take a couple steps. That works. Take a few steps at a time until you've done it with 20 feet. That's going to take a lot of time though. You might not be able to get a whole lot of rounds in that 4 minutes if you do that. So then I would recommend scaling to the wall walks. The wall walks start on the floor at the bottom of push-up position. You're going to want to make sure you get to a full extension of the arms, full extension of the hips, then get your feet on the wall and walk your hands and feet up the wall as close as you're comfortable. And you're going to do 3 of these. So do as many rounds as you can in 4 minutes of 20 jumping air squats, 15 push-ups, and I'd recommend the 3 wall walks. You can do the handstand walks in practice, but in the workout, probably best to do the wall walks so you can get as many rounds so you can fly through those rounds and not waste any time practicing something that we don't quite have yet. Make sure you rest 2 minutes between each 4-minute interval. We have 4 rounds of that. This workout should take us about 22 to maybe 22 minutes all in all, with the 4-minute intervals and the 3 rest periods. All right. Make sure you track your total reps, and that's your score. Get after it and have fun.